Hey everyone, welcome to the MatMadik PCA channel. Stands for Pop Culture Analyst. Oops, or analysis, if you will. Let's try and get that angle around this camera. It's nice and wobbly, isn't it? Anyway, today we're going to check out Sports Wars. Deadspin gets slammed as a young. I don't people say slammed. Anyway, as a young Chiefs fan. Sorry, he called racist is actually a Native American. Well, media get destroyed. That sounds lovely to me. This is right up my alley as far as pop culture analysis is concerned. Here in the culture war, we got to see what's going on. We got to analyze cases like these where people who would be seen as SJWs, if you will, to try and get justice for people for appropriating culture. These terms are so annoying because they don't mean anything and they're made up. And I don't even say them. You probably notice I don't go around saying these terms that often. But anyway, let's have a look at this story. It could be a big feather in the cap of us, not SJWs, rather patriots. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, we're good.
For years now, we've seen so many outrageous takes, defamatory articles, garbage controversies that are trying to be generated by the woke sports media. It's to a point where so many people are numb to it now. But this one, they may have finally stepped over the edge. Because when a garbage outlet like Deadspin, which is known for just creating racial controversy and pushing race-baiting bullshit when there is none, when they decide to go after a child Chiefs fan, for painting his face the colors of his team, that went too far for a lot of.
This is lovely because as the story came out yesterday, I was listening to it. People were saying, well, for the first things first, who the hell cares? You know what? I have a thing I've been told. You may have heard my opinion on this matter on an episode of gaming I did with Gamer Dan, where I say I don't really care for the. I find it. Well, for one, I'm not offended by blackface, whatever the hell that is. The idea that it's called blackface, this is a bit like the term Black Lives Matter. Every time you keep saying black like that, like it's an object. It's all like, is that supposed to offend me? Because, I mean, is it supposed to make me rally towards what you're talking about? It's just making me think that what you're saying is a bit too on the nose. It's a bit too. It just reveals racism, in my opinion, when you keep saying black this and black that. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is the whole idea of blackface, with painting yourself like a black person being offensive, is you could even say it's offensive that it's supposed to be offensive. Because no, not offensive. No, I don't take offense. I mean, it's eye roll worthy, if you will. It's exasperating because here's the thing about blackface. Sorry for taking a long time, people. Some black people actually look like they have blackface. You know what? Growing up, I used to watch a cartoon called Asterix and Obelix. It's a French cartoon, and they used to have these Gollywog-looking guys, black people with very red lips, dark skin, and so on. And they just show up in the cartoon. And if you go to France, yes, you do see people who actually look like this. Not just that in Africa. Now, here's my thing. I'm saying, what do you do if you're a black person and you actually look like that? You know. I've grown up around these black people all the time. Not just black people look like this, but black people in general who feel very offended by the N-word and all that stuff. They look at a black person in a cartoon with that look, a gollywog look, and they'd feel offended. I'd say, well, what do you do if you actually look like that? You look in the mirror and you think, oh no, I'm a symbol of racism. Wait, what? What is this nonsense? And then those same black people start complaining when black people bleach their skin. They have an issue with Michael Jackson, vertigo, and all that stuff. But they can't bear to look at themselves in a cartoon, how they actually look. You can't win with these people. Cultural appropriation. So what? I mean, apparently, I don't know. I've heard that braids came from China. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is the case, so what? You can use it. Form follows function, you know? You paint your face, show solidarity with the team. That's that. A tribe, be a sports team or whatever. That's that. You braid your hair so it's easier to manage. I don't care what race you are, just go ahead and do it. You got dreadlocks. I mean, my hair doesn't grow that long, but hey, I don't care what race you are. Do what the hell you want to do. But anyway, people, it looks like we're finally going to be able to slap these morons in the face I say figuratively speaking, of course, with the good old lawsuit, these people who keep trying to tell people that they're bad for looking like somebody else. It's called acting or cosplay or whatever. And then it's funny. Then you got people like Gamer Down and say, "Oh well, well it's the intent. If it's well, not even the intent. No, you didn't say that. But words in his mouth. But you're saying that the whole premise of people doing this as a way to ridicule somebody is what made it an issue. Well, in my opinion, it doesn't take away from it. It doesn't add that meaning to the look. Not to mention, doesn't add that meaning to the look. To the actual matter at hand. So, there's a book I love reading called "A Course in Miracles." Nothing means anything. That's one of the first lessons. If that is the first lesson, nothing you've seen means anything. Nothing means anything in this world. We give meaning to it. That is to say, this iPhone is minding its own business. It's not doing anything to me. My interactions with it may give it meaning, certainly to me, and so on. But it's still minding its own business. Face paint isn't doing anything to anybody. You may say it means this. No, that's on you. That's on you. It doesn't do anything to anyone. That's it. But anyway, hopefully you'll figure it out one day. Let's keep it going.
People, somehow this article is still up on Deadspin right now. The NFL needs to speak out against the Kansas City Chiefs fan in blackface and native headdress. They're doubling up on the racism. Are you going to say anything, Roger Goodell? Karan Phillips, this massive piece of shit who we'll talk about in a little bit, decided to label this kid as racist for painting his face Chiefs colors because the other side of it was red, by the way. And now they're getting completely and totally torn apart. Deadspin writer torched for accusing child of blackface at Kansas City Chiefs game. The boy painted one half of his face red and the other half black. And since that time, a lot has come out about this. Not only is Karen...
I'm a bit of a theorist, if you will, and I wouldn't be surprised if things like these were set up from time ago. Who put that bee in that man's bonnet, or who put a word that what little birdie told him to go ahead and report on this story? This kiddie, whoever actually did it. These stories that show up, they're so convenient. I don't trust anything these days. I'm not saying this is disingenuous, but I'm saying I don't trust it for being completely organic. You got these people who do skits to try and rile up the MAGA base. Oh, mother goes into school and tears down the pride flag in the classroom. Oh, that, of course, that turned out to be a skit that people took seriously, and so on. And then then you get these news stories that keep coming out. Oh, this is a win for the culture. Well, it can be the way, depending on how you respond to it, but or just how you talk about it. But but still, I understand a lot of this stuff. A lot of the stuff that it seems to be sensational in the news, scripted, because I guess the news can't rely on organic things to keep the business afloat. You're better having things scripted. But that being said, this is a good little. If this comes to anything, if a lawsuit actually is filed and won in the kid's favor, this could actually be a good step towards legislation being overturned that is crippling people at the moment. But anyway, let's keep going.
Phillips deleted his tweet about the entire situation after some people called for him to be sued. But now the mother of this boy is speaking out. And spoiler alert, the person that got criticized for wearing an Indian headdress is actually Native American. Deadspin reporter blasted by mom of young Kansas City Chiefs fan he falsely shamed for wearing blackface.
This doesn't end until the leftists, pretty much the leftist, the SGW, not case wokesters, either say, all right, enough of this, let's turn it off, or they get defeated. Think about it. Why aren't people wearing masks anymore? Well, most of the world at least. People like to say sweep it under the rug and like nothing happened a while ago. How did this happen? Well, a number of wins were scored in the culture war, if you will, that to the point where they had to concede. The whole thing was never done for medical reasons in the first place. Now, hopefully, I skirted the algorithm with that one. But if it was, and remember when it was the masks were deemed unconstitutional when it comes to putting it on airplane passengers on airplanes. Why didn't the medical scientists counter sue? Why didn't they bring cases of people who've been getting sick all over the place as a result? They had no counter argument. They had to give up. We come with the wins, and that's that. And also, sorry, what am I trying to say? We come with the wins. We come with. Excuse me, everybody. I'm just trying to think of the best way to describe this. We come with. That's what I'm trying to say. We bring enough counter arguments to the case to the point where the oppressors, real oppressors, the leftites, no, it's deep state. I don't want to put it in the left and right terms. Sorry to keep doing that. No, I'm not sorry, but ultimately the deep state is we put enough counter action into effect that to the point where so much so that they have to back off in their forward stance. Stories like this, if we better counter sue, because you know what will end up happening? Because all this, remember that city bike Karen, that story? What happened to her? I mean, people just shut up about it. If the leftards, if they actually won on that whole thing, they'd be singing, they'd be holding that head over their mantelpiece right now. But when they know that they've lost, they just buzz off somewhere and start to try and look for the next thing to start creating a buzz about. And the problem with them is that they play chess with real bodies. It could be the war in the Middle East situation going on right now. It could be whatever. I support the current thing. Whatever the current thing is, they all go there and actually try to make real destruction, leave destruction in their path. We're trying to build in our path. So anyway, hopefully we get to bring this race beta to justice, as they say. I want to use that term. That's used in America a lot. But I don't even like talking about race that way. We get to bring these defamers to justice in this case. So let's keep going.
He is Native American. The mother of a young football fan who wore a headdress and painted his face red and black to a Kansas City Chiefs game has blasted Deadspin for accusing him of doubling up on racism, noting that her son is himself Native American. Holden Armenta became an unexpected focus of an article by senior writer Karen Phillips. Here's this piece of shit right here. This fucking cocksucker. I fucking cannot stand this bitch. The NFL needs to speak out against the Kansas City Chiefs fan in blackface, native headdress, read the headline. Phillips, a former New York Daily News reporter, also slammed Holden's Native American headdress and tomahawk chop gesture, claiming the boy found a way to hate black people and Native Americans at the same time. Here's the screenshot of the article we just shared. The boy's outraged mother, Shannon Armenta, shared numerous images of her son getting a warm reception at the game, including Kansas City Chiefs players joining in on the tomahawk chop, including black Kansas City Chiefs players who didn't have any problem with the way he was dressed. Ironic, isn't it? The boy's outraged mother shared numerous images while suggesting Deadspin focus on a photo that hid the fact that half her son's face was painted red. This has nothing to do with the NFL, she wrote, suggesting the photo was picked purely to create division. He is Native American. Just stop already, she wrote of her son. In fact, Holden's grandfather, Raul Armenta, sits on the board of the Chumash tribe in Santa Ynez, California. Holy shit. So I have no idea what percentage this guy's, and I don't really care. The fact that he has Native American blood, he has Native American ancestry, and they're trying to blast him for wearing that Indian headdress. This is falling apart.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Some black people actually look like they have blackface on. I think there was a story of a black person being attacked for actually wearing blackface. And then you get people, when it gets political, it's so funny when you got people saying, Larry, the blackface of white supremacy. How are these people able to throw out such lazy, laughable labels out there and just intimidate people into cowering from them? Why? And this is why people take issue with the rhinos so much in politics, because it's because the legal system is emboldening them. It's one thing to say, all right. It's one thing if a robber comes to your house trying to steal your money. It's another thing if and they overpower somebody. But it's another thing if you overpower them, blast them, drop them even, and then or even not drop him, and then the law enforcement comes after you. This is why you don't just blindly black the blue or all this stuff, because these these so-called representatives in uniform, they don't represent you. They don't care for you, and they actually seem to be against you. So this is why people are saying we need Trump and so on, is because you need people like Trump, of course, like the president of Argentina. People are actually going to go after the weaponized legal system that is just attacking their own citizens. What in the world is this? Because God knows, look what they did in California. Gavin Newsom clean up for China in a split second. Bloody hell! It's not just I want to be clear. We're talking about the CCP, but yeah, I mean, I love China, I love Japan, I love the Far East, but the CCP, no. This is why I haven't, sadly, I had to admit, sorry to go on a tangent, but I haven't seen a Jackie Chan movie since I found out that he was pro CCP, and not particularly. Well, it's one thing if I misunderstood what you were saying about him being apparently for the Hong Kong crackdown from the police. Again, I don't think I understand everything you were saying, but at one point later on, he said he wanted to join the CCP, and I was like, okay, Jackie Chan, I love you very much, man, because I can't deny you're a big part of my, of my life growing up. We're into action movies, you inspired Dragon Ball and so on, but I'm not rocking with that right now. But that being said, I'm not saying that I would never watch a movie again. I just want to get to the bottom of this. My friend Gamer Danny seems to be quite sympathetic to people on the LGBT spectrum. It's funny Australia's not on that spectrum, innit? Anyhow, but therefore I think he's not too fond of J.K. Rowling, but he still loves Harry Potter. We both love Harry Potter. So, as this culture was unfolding, eventually these things will come to an end. I think certainly after 2024, start seeing things change real fast, and then we'll finally be able to just get back to what we were getting into. But anyway, sorry. What I was trying to say was, this identity politics thing is just so tired. It's so tired. People, I may just let this video play out. It's got 1 more minute to go or so, and then I got to run off to a meeting, so let's just drop it.
In so many ways, even Elon Musk is getting in on this, calling the woke sports media out for the vile ghouls that they are, really. And wokeness, this is Deadspin senior editor and writer Karen Phillips. Yesterday, he wrote a defamatory hit piece on a white boy for wearing face paint. He even used a deceptive camera angle. Look at the other things he's written in the past, by the way. White fans were entertained by black athletes a day after a racist killed black people in Buffalo. This is what white supremacy looks like.
What are you talking about?
Talking about
exactly what I was thinking.
Karen Phillips. And of course, he gets very scared when he sees white people in Flint, Michigan for some reason. Maybe, Karen, maybe, just maybe, you're the vile piece of shit racist. Could that be so? I think it is.
I was thinking to myself, one thing I really am not keen on is black people who are racist, pretty much. Now, I don't want to, I don't care for taking issue with particular race. It's not, anybody's race is pretty bad, but the people who go around saying the N-word and all this, no. Now, again, it's not, again, I'm generalizing it. There are certain kinds of black people who are racist. These got chaps like this guy right here. You got black people who rap saying the N-word all the time. Sing all of my song. Yeah. N-word. Yeah, sing it with me. Hey, don't repeat that. You're racist. But still, I want you to come to my concerts and be one with me and worship me for God knows why. Anyway, you got those idiots. And the worst part, they get so obnoxious with it. They say, oh, because of history and you don't know what my ancestors went through. You have to let me slap you. It's like, what? Pow. How about we send you to sleep? Anyway, but figuratively speaking, sorry people, I'm getting off on this. I'm not getting off. I'm getting carried away with this exasperated, I should say, with this particular story. But let's see where this goes. I'm just opening up my head, just letting it all pour out. I'm gonna say that.
I think it's obvious to everyone, and that's what Deadspin is. Deadspin slams Sage Steele because she doesn't have the right opinion for a black woman according to them. This entire situation has fallen apart. The fact that, no, this kid wasn't in blackface. He was wearing the colors of his team. He painted his face black and red for the Chiefs. And none of the players, including the black players that interacted with him, had problems with it. And not only it doesn't matter if he's wearing a headdress or not. I don't care if I was out there, my 100% white ass out there wearing a fucking headdress at a Chiefs game. There's no fucking problem with that either. But the fact that this kid actually has Native American ancestry is...
Do you remember King of the Hill? Dale Gribble, when he was, I am the albino buffalo, deal with it. And he was wearing his headdress. He felt like he was I'm an Indian. He was he felt like he was well, he felt he had an epiphany. A character called Dale Gribble. In case you don't know what the show King of the Hill is, it's sort of typically of 4 hillbillies, if you will, white guys in America, just living in Texas, and well, it centers around them. And one particular character is very pale and everything. And, you know, it's all cool. Well, his wife was unfortunately being taking advantage. No, I'll say taking advantage of. His wife was being unfaithful with a Native American guy. So, but Dale and all his neighbors knew it, but Dale, I guess, he just has a way of trying to pretend that wasn't the case. So one day, in one of his moments where he was breaking down, he dressed up with a headdress and everything, and he felt that he was a Native American, and he's doing all these sokatoas, renditions with people people in his neighborhood, but to try and, of course, get over his angst, if you will. But ultimately, yeah, it's just good old comedy. But it's not even about laughing at a particular race. In case you don't realize, it's just people just being in cosplay, which is fine. You want to just like you're a black person from Africa, if whether you look black or not. So what? It's not hurting anybody. But anyway, people, enough of these people trying to denigrate people and send the mob after them for just appropriating culture, which is not a bad thing, by the way. Anyway, as if you harm the culture. Oh yes, you do, because you rob people from. Shut up. I don't want to hear anymore. Sue this guy.
Is hilarious. This entire thing is rightfully blowing up in Deadspin's face. I hope they get the shit suit out of them. I hope these fucking racist fucks go bankrupt. That's what I hope happens. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Super duper, man. What's this guy's name again? I just missed it. All right. Well, people, let me know what you thought. I thought that was a pretty good diatribe. Catch you next time on the PCA with MatMadik. And like, share, comment, and subscribe, my people. Peace.